Hello everyone, welcome to In the Garden Tarot. I just want to make you aware of a format change. Free readings are still offered, but instead of asking a question, there is a question that is based on the energies of that particular day. Today is Tuesday, so the energies of Mars are in play. The question today is, where should I direct my passion, energy, and ambition? So if you'd like a free reading, just go ahead and say hi in the chat and I will do a reading for you asking the question, where should I put my passion, energy, and ambition? Now, you can still ask your own personal question. In order to do that, you'll need to make a donation. You can either do a 5-card reading for $8 or you can do a 9-card reading for $12. With the 5-card reading, it's just one question. And with the $12 reading, the 9-card reading, it can be up to 3 questions, which you can ask all right now, or you can save them and ask them like over whenever you want to come in and ask the questions. I'll keep a record of it. I'll be on for about an hour, depends on what's going on. If it turns out that it gets a little busy, I may stay on for 2 hours. My lighting's a little wonky today. This is free reading. Where should I direct my passion, energy, and ambition? If you'd like to have that question answered for you, just go ahead and say hi in the chat. If you're looking for an answer to a specific question, you can donate using Venmo, CashApp, or PayPal me. The 5-card, 1-question reading is a donation of $8, and the 9-card, $12 reading is either 1 question or 3 questions. Your choice. So like Nightbot has said here, the format for the free readings has changed. All participants can receive free reading based on the question of the day, which is scrolling right down here. Hi, Ambi. Are you ready to find out where you should direct your passion, energy, and ambition? We'll see. So, where should Ambi be directing their passion, energy, and ambition? Working with the energies of Mars today. Mars is about action, bravery, passion. Where should Ambi be directing their passion, energy, and ambition? So you have the World card. What a lovely reading. You have the World card, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. Well, you have a lot going for you right now, my friend. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor right now, and all things are working together for your good. All the energies are aligned for you right now. And with the Knight of Pentacles, what I would say is that you, and also the Queen of Wands, I'd say that you need to direct your energy, passion, and ambition towards things that are more of an earthly or practical matters. So that would be home, job, making money and keeping money. Even if you're into it, if you were a farmer, for instance, or a gardener, like really working in the soil and making things grow, making things come, bringing new life into the world. So you've got the energy is really strong for you right now in working towards any kind of long-term goals you have with regard to um, money, career, home, things like that. If you will give me the number 1, 2, or 3, I'll give you an oracle message card as well. I just need the number 1, 2, or 3. You're welcome, hon. I've got 3 oracle decks up here, and you've chosen the Clarifying Life Situations Oracle. And what it says is unity blooms. Foster harmony and connection within your community, nurturing bonds that bring us together. I'm sorry, I'm kind of holding that where you can't see it. There you go. Kind of a glare. But that is also your oracle. So I hope that that also was helpful for you, hon. And if you're willing to like and subscribe, that would be great for me, but certainly up to you. It's your choice. And if you want to ask a specific question, information on how you can donate for a question is right above you on Nightbot has just given the different readings and how much they are. Thank you, MB. I appreciate it. EMB, I hope I'm saying that right. I'll be very curious to hear how because you have such a favorable, I can't remember the last time I saw that strong a reading that said that, situation is really favorable. So I'd be curious to see how that works out. Oh, just M. Okay, M. I was putting that B on the end there. Sorry about that. I do my best. My light that I normally have here broke right before I started, so it's kind of a weird lighting right now. Oh, thank you. I'd be really, really curious to find that out. M. I hate the shadows too. There's shadows there. So we just did a reading for M on where they should direct their passion, energy, and ambition. That is the free reading question for tonight. So if you would also like to get a free reading about where you should direct your passion, energy, and ambition, just post in the chat. Let me know you're here, and I'll go ahead and start that reading. If you have a question about a specific thing, then that's in your life that you want to know about, you can do a donation reading. It's $8 for a 5-card, 1-question reading. And I kind of go up from there. You can donate through Venmo, CashApp, or PayPal me. But other than that, just say hi and we'll go ahead and start your free reading on where you should direct your passion, energy, and ambition. Nightbot's bringing up my different donation locations, Venmo, CashApp, PayPal me. But you don't need to do a donation if you just want to do the free question, where should I direct my passion, energy, and ambition? My lighting sucks because my light that I normally have stopped working. And so I'm just working on the natural light in the house, which is kind of, it's incandescent. So it's more yellowish. I'll have to get another light that works for this space. So yeah, today is Mars Day. Mars is rules Aries, and it is also in some circles it also is a Scorpio energy, and it very much is about passion. It's about ambition. It's about courage. It's about energy. Really outward focused energy into the world. Really can shake things up. You can use this energy to move forward with a project or with a life change, because it just gives you it's like it lights your fire. I was thinking about how Mars rules over Aries and Scorpio, and how one is water, or one is fire, and one is water, and how that Mars energy affects those two things. Now, tomorrow's Wednesday, that'll be Mercury's day. So my readings will be centered around communication. I haven't quite worked out what the question will be for that yet, but Mercury is about just making decisions. Mercurial is someone who's always like changing their mind. They're kind of going all different directions. So a good question to ask for a Mercury's day might be, if you have a decision you need to make, what would be the right way to go? And if you don't know this already, even though there's a set question for the free reading, that doesn't mean you can't ask the querent. Focus on where you'd like to get information about that question. So, for example, tonight says, where should I direct my passion, energy, and ambition? In my job, or in my family, or in my love life, or in my spiritual path. That extra piece is your part of the equation. You're just going to focus on that as I shuffle the cards. One thing I was talking about the Aries Scorpio connection, and one thing that I thought about is that Aries is very much out there. I mean, they're going to say exactly what's on their mind. They're very aggressive. And Scorpio is also has the same kind of mindset, but they're more likely to keep it a secret, keep it to themselves, kind of like their secret weapon to like whip out when it's time to like go on the attack. Another difference between these two astrological signs that are both ruled by Mars, Aries, sure, they blow up and they get mad, but they tend to get over it quickly, whereas Scorpio, that water sign, they hold on to a grudge, and they can hold on to it for a long time. Another difference between the two energies, the fire of Aries They can be very rash in their decisions, not really thinking it through. Whereas with Scorpio, they like to dissect things and understand them completely, take them apart and put them back together again. So they're more deliberate. I just realized my phone isn't anywhere to be seen. Where did I put my phone? Siri. Oh, I hear you. Where'd you go? There you are. So we're about 15 minutes into the hour. I try and hang out for about 2 hours, but it kind of matters. It kind of depends on how much activity there is. If there's not very much activity, I will go ahead and end it early. So there's a couple of reasons why I decided to change the format for the free readings. Well, one of them is that it's really important that you're fully participating on your end with your reading, and so you're focusing on where you want this reading to go. While the cards are being shuffled, is a big component of what comes out on that question. And then the other reason is because I I don't think people I think people seek a lot of information that ultimately isn't very useful to them, and I want people to grow and be spiritually fed by the information they receive. I mean, tarot is a very useful tool with kind of getting direction in your life, getting ideas about what to do, um, and I want to put my focus more towards that, more towards it as a helpful tool in your life, rather than fortune telling, where it's like, you know, will he get the job? Does he like me? Things like that. Now, I will do those kind of readings, but those are going to be by donation only. The queue is open if you'd like to have a free reading on where you should direct your passion, energy, and ambition. Just say hi in the chat and we'll get right to it. The queue is open if you would like to get a reading. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello there. Would you like to know where you should direct your passions, energies, and ambitions today? Zarayana? What a lovely name. Zarayana. Where should Zarayana direct their passions, energies, and ambitions? Where should Zarayana direct their passions, energies, and ambitions? And Zarayana, you can, while I'm shuffling the cards, if you want to focus on whatever area in your life you want to hear information on that regard, with that regard, please focus on what area of your life you'd like to know about with regard to where you should direct your energies. Here we go. Just going to do a little bit more shuffling here. Zara's focusing on what area of their life they want to know about as far as directing their passion, energy, and ambitions. All right. So, first card we have coming up is the Five of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Swords. So, you need to turn away from, you're putting a lot of energy in an unhealthy way towards your emotional state, possibly a loss, because when we look at the Five of Cups, it sometimes represents a loss like grieving, And the problem with putting your energy towards this is that you're focusing on the bad things instead of turning around and looking at the good things that you have. With the Hierophant, we have um, a major arcana. So this is about, it can be large organizations. More often, though, it has to do with like churches and religious organizations. Can also be large government organizations. So it's an organizing structure that you can you might want to put your energy towards that as a way to cope with other things in your life, and also a turning away from the emotional and getting a little bit more intellectual about what's going on. You know, really using your intellect and your discretion to determine what's the best route to take. And I would also say the card on the bottom here is the Eight of Coins or the Eight of Pentacles, and it's saying, you know, apply yourself, work hard, because there's some progress that can be made by you putting a lot of passion and ambition towards um, this area of your life. All right. If you're still here, if you'll give me a number 1 through 3, I'll read an oracle card for you. Two. Okay. This one says, growth. I see something inside of you I admire and I would like to learn from you. So definitely be putting your energy towards growth. That really seems to fit well with your reading. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for sticking around for that oracle card. You're welcome, dear. If you have a mind to, I'd love it if you could like or subscribe, but it's up to you. Your choice. So tonight we're answering questions for everyone. Oh, thank you, darling. Where should you direct your passion, energy, and ambition? That is the question, the free question for tonight. If you would like to be in the queue to get that free question addressed, and a little oracle card at the end, just go ahead and say hi in the chat. That is the free reading tonight. However, if you would like a specific question that is for you, like your life, you can do that by donation. My 5-card reading, which is a 1-question reading, is $8, and you can donate through Venmo, CashApp, or PayPal me. But if you would like to just get that general information on where you should direct your passion, energy, and ambition, just go ahead and jump in the chat, say hi, and I'll get started. My lighting kind of sucks today. It's hard to believe, but we're actually coming up on the first half hour of this 1 hour free live reading chats. I'll be here for about another 30 minutes unless things start getting real busy, and then I'll hang out for a little while longer. Today's free reading question is, where should I direct my passion, energy, and ambition? And the reason why we have that question tonight in particular is because this is Tuesday, and this day is ruled by the planet Mars. And these are the kinds of energies that are in the air on Tuesdays. And we want to take advantage of that. If you don't already know, Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, a fire sign and a water sign. And a little earlier in the recording, I was talking about the differences between the two, how these two different signs utilize that dynamic, exciting energy that Mars offers us. Now, even though that's a set question for everyone as far as the free reading goes, that doesn't mean you can't focus on a particular area of your life as I'm shuffling the cards that to direct this energy towards. So, where should I direct my passion? You could be thinking in my love life, or in my career, or in my family life, or my health, anything of that nature. So, you're not completely constricted by that set question. And of course, if you have a question that you would like to ask that is of a personal nature, you can request a reading for that by donating towards a 5-card reading, which is one question, 5 cards. That's $8. There are other readings as well, but that's the mini reading. So if you have a burning question that you would like to ask, it's just a matter of donating via CashApp, Venmo, or PayPal me. You will jump ahead of other people if there are other people in the room if you do a donation reading. They get first priority. You know, some people see tarot readings as kind of a fun little thing to do, kind of mostly entertainment. And that's perfectly all right if you want to see it that way. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. But for me, it is really a tool for helping you to find direction in different areas of your life, helping you to have your best life possible, guidance, kind of the kind of guidance you get from a wise and good friend. If you would like to get the free reading about where you should direct your passions, energies, and ambitions, just say hi in the chat and we can get started. You know, the Mars energy has a within Mars. The energy of Mars has a lot of um, power. So using that power towards a particular goal is a really smart thing to do. So, you know, where can you use that power in your life? Where should you use that power in your life is the question that we're asking tonight. And where it needs to go, you know, this varies from person to person, from day to day, even hour to hour. And some of us are multitasking our way through life. With the Mars energy, there is a certain amount of risk taking. So, you know, when answering the question, where should you direct your passion, energy, and ambition, you might want to be looking at a situation where you should be taking a risk, like taking your chances, like asking that person out on a date or looking for a new job. Welcome in, welcome in. If you're interested in the reading about where you should put your passion, energy, and ambition, just say hi in the chat and we'll do a reading for you. Mm. The queue is open. Don't be shy. I promise it won't hurt much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you'd like your free reading, go ahead and put your moniker in the chat. Say hi. Can't believe it's 20 more minutes and we'll be at the top of the hour. It's a little quiet tonight, so I may go ahead and end early. We'll see what happens. If you'd like your free reading on where you should direct your passion, energy, and ambition, just say hello in the chat and we'll get started on your reading. My Mars is in Aquarius. So my passion, my Mars energy is very much about seeking out the philosophical questions and taking care of humanity as a whole. Hi there, Lauren is Unbothered. Lauren, I'd like to give you a reading on your passion, energy, and ambition. Are you ready? My pal here, Lauren is Unbothered, is here, and she I'd like to get a reading on where she should direct her passion, energy, and ambition. I'm always happy to have her here. Lauren, while I'm shuffling the cards, you can certainly focus on what area of your life you'd like to get an answer about passion, energy, and ambition. Where in Lauren's life should she direct her energy, her passion, her ambition? Where should she be taking risk and be courageous? Because Mars is about that too. Taking risk and being courageous is really heavy for me as I'm shuffling the cards for you. So that aspect of Mars is definitely what we're looking at here with your reading. And I hope that you are focusing on what area of your life you want to hear, where you should take risks, be courageous. Here, the Empress, King of Swords reversed, and the Seven of Cups reversed. So the first thing I want to say is the Empress, of course, she is Venus, so she represents Libra and Taurus. So she's got very earthy energy. She's very Taurian. So one area of your life where you want to take risk and be a little bit more ambitious, a little bit more passionate is about, I want to say like cooking, gardening, nurturing others, nurturing the world as a rule. And I think that with the King of Swords, you definitely have a lot to offer as far as like what's going on in your mind, what you're thinking are things that you should take a risk and share with others because they can benefit from that. And the end result of that is that you're going to be helping people to really clear up where they want to go next in their life and even helping yourself perhaps. But I feel like this is more about, with this nurturing energy of the Empress, I feel like this is more about you helping others to get a clear direction and figure out what they want to do next, like counseling or helping people to pick a career, like what's that, coaching, that sort of thing. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. So we've got to emphasize this idea of being courageous, being strong and being able to take risks. So I feel like you have some things that maybe you've been a little hesitant to jump into, but I say that you should jump into it for sure. Absolutely, for sure. You have a lot to offer. I am also doing an oracle card. If you want to give me a number 1, 2, or 3, I will see what the oracle card has to say. Number 3. So that's our message from the universe deck. And it says, when going through tough times, it is important to remember that nothing up to this point has defeated you. That really speaks to that Strength card. You've overcome challenges before. Be kinder to yourself and be thankful for all that you already have. Wow. A strong and loving message, I think. How are you doing otherwise, Lauren? What's going on? You having a good, well, I'd say have a good week, but this has only been one day. Lauren, what's your astrological sign? I'm sure you've told me. Well, that's good. All is well with me. All is well. Thank you so much for asking. Oh my gosh, Lauren, last night I'm sitting here at my desk and I kid you not, a gigantic cockroach comes scuttling across the floor and up the wall. I have never had any cockroaches at my house at all. So I think it came from under the door because my front door is real close. I swear to you, it was about this long. It was gigantic. Yes. And I was like freaking out because it was so big. And it's probably freaking out because I'm so big, right? Anyway, I did finally send it on to, had it shed its mortal coil and went wherever insects go when they pass. So Sagittarius. Sagittarius is, I mean, they generally do take some pretty big risks. That's interesting because that aspect of the Mars energy really came across. And they also tend to be philosophical and, they're ruled by Jupiter. So they tend to be expansive in energy, like they put their energy out in the world. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Well, it's funny now. It wasn't so funny at the time. Oh my goodness gracious. I'll tell you what, I'm a lot more careful about walking around the house barefoot in the dark now. So we just finished Lauren's free reading. If you would also like a free reading, yes. You know what's so, this is like a little insight into the way my brain works. I chased that guy around with a broom and a dustpan for probably 20 minutes before I remembered that I could just spray him with bug spray. And that's what I ended up doing. I sprayed him to death. Poor guy. I don't know why it didn't occur to me first, but it generally doesn't occur to me for some reason. Anyway, bugs. They usually don't bother me, but that one was gigantic. I just hope there's not more somewhere underneath the house or something. So funny. So tomorrow is Mercury's day. Hi, Bamin. Are you ready for your reading about how you can direct your passion, energy, and ambition? Okay, bye. Thanks for coming in, Lauren. Bamin, I just want you to, as I'm shuffling the cards, answering this question, I want you to focus on what area of your life you would like to hear about. What area of your life do you want to see where you should direct your passion, energy, and ambition? Focus on that as I'm shuffling the cards. Where should Bamin focus their direct passion, energy, and ambition? How should they direct their passion, energy, and ambition? Let's see what we got here. How should they direct their passion, energy, and ambition? All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so we have the King of Swords reversed. We have the 10 of Wands. And you have the Page of Cups. So I would say to you, move that mountain, my friend. Queen, if you'll wait just a second, Nightbot is explaining the new format for my readings. And as soon as I'm done with Bamin, I will go ahead and help you. So Bamin, you have the energy behind you right now is the energy to move the mountain. So whatever kind of thing that's getting in your way, you have both thought and feeling that are playing a big part of the energy here. Mars puts a lot of power behind things. So with that Mars energy, you can take on that burden and move that mountain. Move that mountain is the message that I have for you. Bamin, I am also doing oracle cards. If you'll give me the number 1, 2, or 3, I will choose an oracle card for you, and we'll see what it says. It's good to see you, Queen. We're just going to see if Batman is here to get his oracle card too. Your oracle card is honesty. I will be truthful and transparent in all interactions, even when it may be difficult. May be difficult. There's that mountain that you need to move. Remember, you had the thoughts and the feelings. Being truthful and transparent with your thoughts and feelings, even though it may be difficult. Okay, Queen. I want you to focus on what area of your life you'd like to understand how to direct your passion, energy, and ambition. What area of your life would you like to ask the question where you should direct you're welcome, honey, your passion, energy, and ambition? Queen, I hope you're focusing on what area of your life as I'm shuffling the cards. Trying to shuffle cards. Cards don't want to shuffle for some reason. Are you focusing? No, it's not your fault. I'm just teasing. All right, so Queen, where should Queen be focusing her energy? The energy of Mars, the energy of risk versus return, power, ambition, competition, conquest. These are all the energies of Mars that we're under tonight on Tuesday night. So how does that affect Queen's question? She got the 7 of coins, the world, and the heart, the 3 of swords. So you need to be putting more effort into building your, I don't know why I'm saying it this way, building your portfolio. So you need to be working towards, you have some good energy here with the world. So you've got all the elements are working in your favor, but you're not putting energy towards building your nest egg, building your secure place, and you need to put more effort into that. With the 3 of swords, there's an opportunity. You have had an experience of a negative nature, and you are recovering from it, and now you need to start going back to working on the things of that nature. You also have the Page of Wands on the bottom. So inspiration will be coming your way for sure, and the energy to accomplish what you need to accomplish will also be coming your way. Queen, if you're still here, if you want to pick an oracle card, it is number 1, 2, or 3. And I'm actually coming up on the hour. So this is my last call for any free readings. Last call. Last call for a free reading as we come up on the hour. Queen, I don't know if that's you that came back in, but if you did, I'm offering you your oracle card if you pick 1, 2, or 3. And I'll read that oracle card for you. Hi, AA. Welcome in. AA, I've changed my format. The question I'm answering tonight is where you should direct your passion, energy, and ambition. So AA, if you will focus on what area of your life you want to discover your passion. I am great. Discover what area of your life you should be directing your passion, energy, and ambition. All right, where should AA be directing that energy? AA, I hope you're focusing on what area of your life you'd like to get an answer on. Hi, love me. AA, where should AA be focusing that Mars energy? Ambition, passion, conquest. There's a lot of power here. The power that is in Mars is the power you can use to move you forward in a situation. Love me, if you'll read at the scrolling ticker on the bottom of my screen, My free readings are on that particular question. However, if you would like a love reading, then you can donate to my Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal me. The 5-card, 1-question reading is $8. Okay, AA, here we go. Ace of Wands reversed. The Moon reversed. And the Ace of Swords. Well, it looks to me like you moved from one passion to a new passion. And it's kind of something new for you. So I would say that the free reading is only on the question that's scrolling on the bottom. So give me 1 second. So you also have the Strength card down there. So where you need to be directing your energy is figuring out the mystery. What is that missing thing in your life? What is that new start you're looking for? Focus all that Mars energy towards answering that question. You have the Strength card, which is very much about courage. So this might feel a little risky to you, a little risk-taking. And you want to make sure that, I want to reassure you that the risk is worth the reward. AA, if you're still here, if you'll give me a number 1 through 3, I will read you your oracle card for tonight. And then Love Me, I'll be with you next. Terrific, AA. Would you like an oracle card? Just tell me 1, 2, or 3. You're welcome. It's good to see you. 3. So you've got message from the universe card. It says, this stressful situation is almost coming to an end. We are sending positive energy, financial help, miracles, and life-changing blessings your way. Wow, that does seem to be very apropos towards those two aces, which are beginnings of things. One of them was reversed, so that was something that you've abandoned. And then you have a new one, an opportunity. You claim it. You claim it, my friend. Okay, Love Me. I'm going to be doing the question, where should you direct your passion, energy, ambition? What you can do while I'm shuffling the cards is focus on what area of your life you would like to explore as far as your passion, energy, and ambition. Love Me. Love Me's passion, energy, and ambition. Where should it go? Where should it go? Where should it go? Love Me wants to know, where should they put that wonderful Mars energy in their life? The power and the courage and the conquering spirit, the ambition. Conquering spirit's coming really strong to me for you, Love Me. Let's see what it says. So we have the Moon. We have some things that you're kind of, yep. We've got the 3 of Swords, and we've got the 7 of Swords reversed. So you're in a situation where you're kind of telling yourself you don't know, but you really do know. You need to realize that you do know, that you've moved out of that. If you are still feeling doubt or question about a situation, you need to ask the questions, because with the 3 of Swords here, you're moving out of that pain and moving to a place where you're much more world-wise and much more willing to ask the right questions. Be aggressively ask the right questions of people. Don't just, if your gut's telling you there's something wrong, you need to ask those questions. Ask the important questions. Okay? You also have the Hermit on the bottom, so there is a time of seeking for you. And I think that makes sense with the 3 of Swords here, having just experienced kind of a moment of truth, I would say, with the Moon, and then starting to get over the pain. Definitely soul seeking, and the word boundaries is coming up too for me on this. Love Me, would you like to pick an oracle card? 1, 2, or 3? Two. Your card is envy. I will seek to undermine your successes as a means of elevating my own standing. There's someone that's out. Yeah, and that kind of makes sense with that moon card reversed and the Three of Swords. There is someone who is undermining you intentionally. Intentionally. You need to ask the tough questions. Yes, Devaya, the question of the night is, where should I focus my ambitions, my passions, and my energies? And what I'd like you to do as I shuffle the cards for you is I would like you to focus in your mind on the part of your life. You're welcome, honey. Focus on the part of your life that you would like to get an answer on, where you should direct your passions, energies, and ambitions. Deva. Where should Deva be focusing their passions, energies, and ambitions? We're talking about the Mars energy tonight. How does the Mars energy play in the area of Deva's life that she's focusing on right now? Passions, energies, ambitions, courage, risk-taking. Pure power. Courage, energy. Risk-taking, pure power, ambition. What is the energy for her? Okay. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Five of Wands. And we have the Hangman reversed. Okay, so the areas of your life where you need to focus your energy to use that Mars energy in, there's definitely a certain amount of, what's what I'm looking for? Being very passive in your life, like just kind of waiting for things to happen, even being bored sometimes. And I think that what you need to focus your life energy towards is, how do I want to put this? When we look at the Five of Wands, we're looking at like healthy competition. So you want to put yourself out there. You want to compete with others. You want to have an iron sharpening iron kind of energy going on in your life. That can be with friends. That can be with coworkers. That can be with any kind of a group where you do things for others, or you like a crusading kind of energy. And the Hangman being reversed means that this is not about, this is, okay, I'm not sure why it's saying this. This is not about wisdom. This is about revenge. You are needing to, in some situation, you're needing to make sure that someone gets what they deserve. Okay, if you're still here, Devaya, if you want to pick an oracle card, pick number 1, 2, or 3, and I'll pick an oracle card for you. Number 3. So you have a message from the Universe Oracle card. It says, when the world feels like it is coming crashing down around you, take that as an opportunity to find yourself and let go of who you thought you were. Not all storms come to destroy your life. Some come to clear your path. Decide that this crisis will be the turning point for what you have been waiting for. You're welcome, darling. Thanks for coming in. Don't forget to like if you will. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But it always helps me if someone will like or subscribe. Okay, we're going into the second hour now. I do have a couple people in the room. If you have not already had a reading, now's your chance. Otherwise, I'm probably going to say goodnight. So tomorrow is Wednesday. It is ruled by the planet Mercury. So the free question for tomorrow will have to do with Mercury's energy, which is very much about communication, miscommunication, things of that nature. I have not formulated the Mercury question yet, but it will be in the description of the live. I have been doing 2 lives a day. I do one around noon my time, Central Time, and I also do one around 10 p.m. Central Time on the same day. The free question of the day is all about the energy of Mars, which rules over this day. However, if you have a burning question, you can skip the line. You can ask a question of your own. You can do that by donating for a one-question reading of 5 cards for $8. You can do that through my Venmo, my CashApp, or my PayPal me. But I think with my hour up and I'm not seeing anyone posting in the chat, I'll go ahead and sign off, say goodnight. For those of you who came in and were brave, just like the energy of Mars is about bravery, thank you for that. If you liked or subscribed or both, thank you for that. And I'll be back in, I don't know, about 12 hours or so.